I've got some fun things that we're going to talk about today. Is the market hot or not? We're going to be talking about the pace of the marketplace, but I've got some really interesting things that I'll share with you in about 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, on where we're coming from. Just a reminder, and actually, I think some of this will surprise you. Let's take a look at the pace of the marketplace right now. By the way, I'm Glenn Stein, Realty Executives in the Villages. Let's see. Let's get the pace. The pace. 4 month supply of homes based on July. So first part of this year, 5 months supply of homes, which basically means the amount of homes on the marketplace in MLS, doesn't count VLS, MLS, and which is everything that's listed by realtors, not the developer, but everybody outside the developer, which we've got over 600 homes on the market, actually plenty to choose from for sure. But if you look at the months of inventory, which is the amount of homes on the market divided by the number of homes that are selling, which tells you if the market is hot or not. 5 month supply of homes in January, February, March, it went to 4, April went to 5, May 4, June 3, and June was the second best June we've ever had in 2025, right? June 2025, the second best June ever in the Villages MLS. Not necessarily for the pace of the marketplace, but the amount of homes that sold. It was over 180 homes sold. In June, we had about 100, I think it's 130 something homes that sold in July. So definitely not the same. We're actually going to look at that in a minute. But you're looking at, back to 4 month supply of homes for July, which basically that's kind of I mean, if you look at it, prior to 2024 was probably the peak. There might be, 2025, we saw 5 and 5, January, February, 21, 0, like less than a month supply of homes. And that's when we had like 40 properties on the market. The market was on fire, definitely a seller's marketplace. But now we're looking at a buyer's marketplace. So that's something that we're looking at right at the moment. The other thing to look at is number of sales in the marketplace, which we're going to look at now. I'm going to pull that up. I'm doing that live, so bear with me. But we're going to look at a few surprise things. I looked at this today. Actually, I ran into one of my old videos from a couple of years ago, and I was talking about the numbers. Super interesting. So let me do a share screen with everybody. And just in case you can't see it, it's okay because I'm going to tell you what it is. I'll do a share screen. Sometimes it comes out a little bit blurry. But, number of sales, just to show you what I was looking at, what I was telling you before, in 2025, 139 sales in the month of July, which is not fabulous. In fact, the last time we saw that kind of low number was in 2022 when the interest rates were going straight through the roof, right? This is a great indicator right here. This is the impact, even in the Villages, the impact of interest rates. Sales go down, even in the Villages. Now, of course, they went down, then they finally leveled off and hit, in the sevens. Everybody knew what to expect. And we've seen kind of normalish numbers. But look at July. July was really low, second lowest compared to 2022, prior to 2020. Even 2018, 2019 numbers were better than the 2025 July numbers. So not fabulous. Great June, not so great July. August is probably going to be more of the same. I'm expecting kind of a real flat and just like a meh type of August. September will probably beat the rest of the year, the last 4 months of the year. I bet we're going to beat it. Interest rates will probably come down a little bit. September, October is the expectation, right? Not only from the Fed, but from mortgage people. That's essentially what they're telling me as well. So I've got to give you this news. Here's the thing. Is the market hot? It's certainly hotter outside right now. It's August and it's in mid upper 90s right now. So it's really hot. So if you come down here, if you come to Florida and you can be okay living in July, August, you're going to be okay throughout the year because this is probably the worst time of year to be here. It only gets better. So that's a good thing. Is the market hot? I would say not. I think it's a really good time to buy and make offers still. I think we're in that buyer's marketplace based on the months of inventory and the pace of the marketplace. Considering where we are nationwide, where the number of sales is, we're probably going to be under 4 million nationwide, which is really low. Give an example, we were well over 5 million home sales in 2021. It was close to 6. It was like an incredible number. I don't expect to see that next year, but I expect a better year next year as far as sales, because interest rates are going to drop a little bit. And I think you're going to see a better year as far as sales. So I think we're in that window of opportunity. It doesn't have to be today where you buy, but between now and middle of next year, I think there's going to be a buying opportunity still. All right. So I watched this video. I got to tell you this. This is super interesting. I did this video May 10th, 2024, and you can check it out on YouTube, Realty Executives in the Villages channel. Please like our videos and subscribe so you can get an update on things. May 10th, 2024. So about 14, 15 months ago, 490 properties on the market. Right now we're at like 605, 604. So big difference, like 490 to 604. And that is, what is that? That's over 20% increase in the number of homes on the market. Okay. Over a 20% increase of number of homes on the market from now, from about 15, 16 months ago. But if you look at where we were about 2-3 months ago, we were well over 700, about 750. So we've gone down by more than 20% off that peak. And we seem to be, coming down, which I think is a really good sign of a more balanced marketplace. We're not there yet, but we're moving in that direction. So I'm looking at these numbers on my phone, like May 10th, 2024, 490 properties. So in about a 5 to 6 month span, like from May 10th to the end of May or end of 2024 into beginning of 2025, we saw such a massive jump, big jump in inventory. And I think that was due to everybody just putting their home on the market. And now we're seeing less homes coming on the market, more even numbers every single week. If you look at the weekly pace, the same amount of homes based on the number of pendings. So it's about the same. So it was a good balance. But one thing I noticed in that video, May 10th, 2024, we saw the numbers were, I think there were like 60 something homes came on the market that week. 60 something homes. We had like 35 to 38 homes pended in that 7-day number. So there's like a 25 to 35 difference in homes between homes coming on the market, homes coming off the market. Big difference. We were starting to see that. We were just like, boom, just going straight through the roof on inventory. Now, what the other thing that when that started, actually was in the middle of it. What I also said in that video, the May 10th, 2024 video, the market was it was already a 50% increase from the prior year. So literally 12 months prior, in 2023, in the spring of 2023, we saw we're in the 200s, mid 200s. So it was like would that be right? No, actually 50% increase would have been about 300 and about lower 300s rather. So lower 300s a year prior, and then it was like 200s a year before that. So lower 300s, 300, 350 was in that early 2023 range. In 2024, 490, and then of course right through the roof, 700 plus on the market. That's why we've seen such a slowing down in the marketplace and sellers taking longer and a lot of homes not selling. And now we're starting to reverse course, which I think is good news. Hopefully that makes sense. By the way, if you need a quarterly report that we put out every quarter, at the end of June would have been the end of the quarter. So that came out probably about 2-3 weeks ago. Let me know. You can text me at this number. This is my direct line. And hope everybody's doing well. This is actually Tuesday, August 5th. So if you have any questions, connect. Please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great, great day, great week.